Hello and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that will soon get its very own Zack Snyder cut. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Wildlands, the Ancients expansion from Osprey Games. Wildlands, the Ancients expansion from Osprey Games, provides several new ways to play your game of Wildlands. It comes with some new boards, some new cards, and of course a whole new faction, the Ancients, that can either play against you in some factions or you can play as a faction in others. Now, there are several different game modes. First of all, there is the Awoken. This is either a solitaire game mode or it is a two-player cooperative mode where essentially you are battling the Ancients and the minions that are sent to destroy you. Now, in the Awoken, you're going to select a scenario sheet. It's going to have specific information on it. You can play with any map you want from any of your Wildlands games. And the players are trying to collect 5 of the crystals or knock out all of the Ancients that come up against them. Now, it plays very similar to a game of Wildlands, but the players, they can go ahead and take their turn collectively. They can kind of, whatever order they want to play their cards in. And then, of course, the Ancients take their turns along the program designs of the specific scenario and the cards they draw. Now, in the Wrath of the Ancients, you can essentially use the Ancients in place of one of the other factions. And how this game works is essentially they don't collect crystals. They don't have bases you put on them. They just don't have those. Instead, what they do is they go ahead and they attempt to destroy 5 other players. Once the Ancients have knocked out 5 other players, then they win the game. But you can't win through crystals here. In War for the Crystals, you actually can use the Ancients to play in a 6-player game, which is a team game. You have 2 teams that are battling each other. Now, on the team's turn, they each play simultaneously. They kind of negotiate what order they're going to go and what cards they're going to play, and then they battle. Now, again, the first team to get a total of 10 points, either combination of crystals or dead characters from the opposing team, they will win. But once again, the Ancients, whichever team plays the Ancients, they do not have the option of collecting shards. They simply collecting crystals rather. They simply must kill characters in order to gain victory points. The game also does come with 2 new maps. They've got kind of an ice world and a factory. The ice world's got some fun things. It's got thin ice, and if a character's on there, another character moves in. The character that was there originally automatically takes a damage. If you move 2 spaces and you move into another space, you can slide someone, essentially push them into another space. With the factory, you've also got a conveyor belt system. So there's a lot of new and fun and interesting things with the maps in this game as well. So this new expansion brings a lot to your Wildlands game. Now, the minis for the Wildlands creatures, they're a little bit bigger than the other minis in the game, and they are very cool, very good-looking minis, as are all the minis in this game. If you do want to play the 6-player, though, you do need to get one of the other factions, right? Because the base game only comes with 4, so you have to get one of the other factions. But to play that 6-player game, the team game, as I really like that one a lot. The team game, to me, was incredibly fun. We had an absolute blast because, again, you're negotiating, well, what should I do? What should I do? And we had some great moments and some great points. Curtis, at one time, he was on my team, and he was able to take out, like, I think 2 or 3 of Jeff's characters by moving into a space and then bumping them, and it was really, really well done. But it's a fun game. It's got a lot of great new stuff that brings to your game. The new maps are cool, and you know, the new cards and whatnot. But those minis are freaking awesome. But the gameplay here is fun. If you like Wildlands, you're going to really enjoy this expansion, and I would highly recommend that you buy it. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. If you like military history, I would urge you to check out my other YouTube channel, Cody Carlson, PhD. Thank you once again for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen, and I could only hope that at some point I could have a Zack Snyder cut for my life.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
We're going to need to take that. That gets added to your Yahtzee.